A man offers a woman $100 for sex. He tells her, "Excuse me, miss, I'll pay you $100 if you have sex with me." The woman, slightly attracted to the man, responds saying, "I won't have sex with you for such little money. My boyfriend would be furious." The man then changes his offer. "Okay, so how about this? I'll drop $100 onto the floor and I can do whatever I want with you until you pick up the whole $100. That seem fair?" The girl says, "Let me call my boyfriend and see what he thinks." The girl then calls her boyfriend and tells him the deal. He says, "Yeah, just pick it up. He won't even be able to get your pants off. Call me once you have it." The girlfriend then hangs up and agrees to the man's offer. The boyfriend waits patiently at his phone for 15 minutes, then 30, then 40, and his girlfriend never calls him back. He then calls his girlfriend and he hears heavy breathing and yells, "Why haven't you picked up the money yet?" The girlfriend exclaims, "He had it all in quarters." A husband decides to make a quick run to the store while his wife waits at home. A few minutes after he leaves the house, his guy friend shows up, hoping to speak with him. Seeing that the husband is not at home, the friend says he'll come back later, but he is invited in by the wife. As the two then make small talk in the living room, there is a moment of some awkward silence. Looking at the wife's face, the friend brazenly offers to give her $100 if he can kiss her on her right cheek. Blushful but tempted by the money, the wife accepts the deal. After one kiss, the friend offers another $100. Once again, the wife accepts a kiss, and this time on her right cheek. The friend then bids her goodbye and leaves. Finally, the husband returns home and the wife quickly stuffs the money in her pocket. She tells him that her friend had just visited. Of course, she leaves out the kissing part. Her husband looks at her and asks, "Did he pay back the $200 he owes me?" A grandpa tells his teen grandson, "I will put $100 under your pillow if you can find me a Viagra pill right now." 10 minutes later, the grandson gives grandpa a Viagra pill. The next morning, the grandson looks under his pillow and he finds $1,100. He goes over to grandpa and says, "Grandpa, what happened? Why did you give me $1,000 more?" Grandpa says, "I only gave you 100. The rest is from Granny." A man and a woman meet in an elevator. After making a little small talk, the man asks the lady where she's headed. "I'm going to the blood bank, actually. They're paying $10 to everyone who donates blood this week," she responded. The man replied back, "Oh, what a coincidence. I'm headed over to the sperm bank. They're paying $100 to everyone who donates sperm this week." Without saying another word, the woman storms out of the elevator. The next day, they both happen to be on the elevator again at the same time. The man asks her, "So, where are you headed today?" The woman responds with her mouth full, "The sperm bank." "Did you know that Bud Light has always been trans?" "Yeah, it's water that identifies as beer." "What's the least likely profession for a trans person?" "Mailman." "I bought a parrot, but he has a foul mouth. I let him loose so that he could fly south, but he came back home again. That proves that I just can't win. He says the F word 200 times a day. He offends everybody and drives them away. Nobody'll take this bird even though I offer to pay him. I'm going out of my mind as it looks like I'm stuck with him. I have the only parrot on earth that's a sinner. And if he doesn't shut up soon, he's going to end up being my dinner. You're in a room with 100 dicks. How many do you choke on?" "None." "Wow, you're that good, eh?" Two Jewish guys are walking down the street when one notices a big sign on a Catholic church that reads, "Convert to Christianity and we'll give you $100. The one Jewish guy says to the other, "Should we do it?" The other one says, "No, you crazy?" The first guy replies, "Hey, $100 is $100. I'm going to do it." So he walks into the church and a little while later he walks back out. The friend says, "Well, did you get the money?" He replies, "Oh, that's all you people think about, isn't it? How do you get 100 cows into a hall? Put a bingo sign out in front of it." In things that are opposite of what you might expect, Henry Winkler played one of the coolest characters of the 70s and 80s on Happy Days. Grandpa's 100th birthday party was not a huge success. The family wheeled him on out onto the lawn for a picnic when he slowly started to lean to the right. His daughter stuffed a pillow on his right side to prop him up. A bit later, he started leaning a little to the left, and his son straightened him up and stuffed a pillow on his left side. Soon he started leaning forward. This time his other son caught him and tied a pillow to his waist. A few minutes later, his grandson arrived and says, "Hey, Grandpa, how's life been treating you?" "Terrible. They won't let me fart." A 100-year-old man marries a 30-year-old woman. 2 weeks after the honeymoon, his wife was pregnant. The doctor asks, "You're 100 years old. How do you do it?" The man replies, "You got to keep that motor turning." A year later, the man's wife is pregnant again. The doctor asks again, "How is it that you keep doing it?" The man replies with, "You just got to keep that motor turning." 2 years go by, and the wife's pregnant for a third time, and the doctor asks, "You're 102 years old. Are you going to tell me how you do it?" The man says, "You just got to keep that motor turning." The doctor replies with, "Well, you better change the oil, 'cause this one came all black. I got an escort for my grandpa's 100th birthday. She said she would give him soup or sex." He said, "I'll take the soup." If we isolated all the world's criminals on an island for 100 years, what would they say if we ever met them again? "G'day, mate." An old lady with 3 very successful kids was celebrating her 100th birthday, and all the kids got her incredible gifts. The first kid got her a $200,000 limousine with a driver so she could go around town. The second kid got her a $1 million yacht so she can spend her days on the beautiful ocean. The third kid got her a $5 million talking parrot who spoke 8 languages so he can amuse her and keep her company. After the party, some friends came over to chat and inquire about what her kids got her for her birthday. "Well, the first got me a nice car, but I don't feel like driving around. The second got me a big boat, but you know how I get seasick. The chicken was pretty good, though." The 107-year-old man was asked by a television crew what was the secret to his longevity. "It's because I give up sex," he said. "Oh, yeah, and when did you give up sex?" asked the reporter. "Oh, about 15 years ago," said the man. "I see," said the reporter. "And why did you give up sex?" "Had to," said the man. "I like older women, and there just weren't any more left." Male bees die after mating. So that's basically their life. Honey, nut, cheerio. I asked my wife why she married me. She said, "Because you're funny." I said, "I thought it was because I was good in bed." She said, "See, you're hilarious. Don't you wish that you were as old as the first time you thought you were old?" I was visiting my daughter last night when I asked her if I could borrow a newspaper. "This is the 21st century, Dad. We don't waste money on newspapers. Here, use my iPad." I can tell you this, that fly never knew it hit him.